I see it with a clear eye. So I hustle.
Mama's house to Penthouse.
We back in the game.
So Lil Birdie told me that VVS, the app, is back.
Yes, sir. We back active. We were just talking like that tech. When that tech don't work,
Come on now.
man, that tech. Imagine like trying to get into your home and you on that key fob system shit, and then like the key fob don't work.
You just locked out.
You just locked out, and then it's so high tech. What do?
That's how a lot of the new apartments are being made too. It's like it's not a real key anymore. It's just a fob that you put against the door to get in.
You know what I'm saying? We couldn't. I oftentimes lock myself out of this establishment a lot because the key is your phone, and that's not good with me. I'd rather just have a key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you playing around with the fact that my phone need to be on me. It need to be alive. My phone always about to die.
It's just a lot. That happened to me when I moved in my new spot. I moved over there first day. I knew it was gonna happen too, but you know how you taking like something into the house, the door was open, and I look on the cabinet and I can see the key fob sitting there, and the door just slowly closing. There's nothing I can do. It's like you see it, you want to reach, but by the time you reach, boom, you locked out.
You're out of there. And technology, what you gotta wait for the tech team to come and reprogram.
Gotta go to the front office and hope they there to be like, hey man, you know, I locked it. They was like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. That happened to everybody. So
I done been locked out of here, and you just out. So that's the same thing that's how it feels when you got like a piece of technology for your clients, or same thing with VVS. We was like for going on 4 weeks, like 3 weeks and some change. It's safe to say like a month, just for the understanding. Like it was tough. It was like we couldn't. It was all of us were just sitting outside the app trying to log in.
it was a powerful play because you know, just in custom jewelry, so many scam likelies over there.
Yeah.
That having the ability to watch the entire order to let you know what it is.
Yeah.
Because I can see if you online, there's a person you ain't never met before, and they talking about, I'm gonna get you the change, just send the money.
Yeah.
I can see how that could be something difficult for a lot of people.
Absolutely. The only people that sell custom jewelry effectively are people that's on like Etsy and maybe you got like a powerful listing.
And is it more simple? I mean to ask you, is it more simplified jewelry or is it more the stuff that you do? Like,
absolutely. It's not even fine jewelry. It's
kind of like a little, if I want a little P or like a
little P though, like the size of a quarter. Those are the average. They're not doing like big pieces. The industry call it wrapper jewelry.
Yeah.
That's really what the industry calls it. But hip hop pieces, bigger pieces like, but you can do something small and dainty like Claire's, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're
That's
talking
what
about.
is going on
Etsy.
On Etsy and Amazon.
Okay.
So like you're gonna fulfill a bunch of those small orders and stuff like that. But people go to places like Johnny Dang. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that they know worldwide.
Who is it? Jacob the jeweler? Too?
Jacob the jeweler. Not even places like Tiffany and David Yurman. I don't think
They do high end stuff, but don't they do more? I'm not sure. I'm just speaking. Don't they do more of the like smaller stuff though? It's like it's legit jewelry, but it's smaller, like diamond. Like it might be like you said, it may be a name, but it's a small thing. It's not a big like pendant or something like that.
Everybody's model is the RTG, of course. So like your profit and your value is based on like the new product line and Cartier, all of that stuff. So it's only since eBay and all of those places has came out has people been using technology to even do that.
They can connect directly to the consumers now, where you couldn't find these people who maybe even did this for a lower rate because you just couldn't connect with these people.
You couldn't even start a jewelry company without minimum $300,000, $400,000. That didn't. I think that ended right at the pandemic when I got in.
That's the beauty of the modern economy, though. You can start with a very low amount of money.
Yeah, you really can. Somebody was talking about that today. I know we got some new heat for them today.
Yeah,
too.
so we got a new segment today, and it's called the Penthouse Plays of the Week. It's gonna be something right right there. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
we
something
don't
right
know
there.
yet.
Yeah,
We
it's
don't
gonna be
even know.
something right there.
We adding this because we know the importance of the algorithm in social media. We understand. Me and P not the type of niggas that want to talk about. I just got through talking about this on my story. I want to post it. I want to post it for timestamps, but I understand for social media, you do have to. People gonna end up talking about us one day.
Something
because
topical, right?
You have to, man. If you own this
Scammer. Like, it's gonna happen. It'll happen.
and then you add your character to that, and that's what really gets everything going. Because it's a you gotta play with the algorithm. Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's what it is. So this is just us doing what we would tell you, right?
Yes.
So let's go through the 4 emerging business topics we're going to cover this week. So first one, AI is becoming a national security asset. So Anthropic, they're the makers of Claude. Claude is a great AI model like OpenAI and stuff
Claude
like
is
that.
what we use in the company right now.
No, that's OpenClaw.
OpenClaw.
Yeah.
So Claude.
So
is
Claude sued them, or they not sued them. They did a cease and desist because they were called Claude Bot, and people was confusing them.
so confused me.
Yeah, exactly. See,
So,
that's why that happened though. But
Okay. Hold on
Anthropic,
before you go. So Claude Bot is not. I always thought so that we had to integrate Claude into Claude Bot that one time, and that was what had ran it up.
yeah,
Okay,
because
that's
Anthropic's models usually be extremely expensive.
Okay, that's
but,
what's helping me understand it.
But you can, so OpenClaw, if y'all don't know, it's like a AI assistant that does everything. In fact, one of those type of containers is who does our research for us. So y'all know about that. But OpenClaw or Hermes agent, you can hook any of the AI agents into it. Depending on who you put into it, that's how smart your AI agent will be. So OpenClaw and Claude are not the same thing.
Claude and ChatGPT are like 2 different football teams, correct? Like
Yeah.
different basketball teams.
So
Okay.
you got Gemini, you got Anthropic, you got OpenAI, and some more out there, but those DeepSeek, that's the Chinese model. You know, some more stuff like that
As
out
he's
there.
talking about it, think about it like that. Like I understand, I'm in my tab sometimes, and I'm using Google.
Yeah.
And in the top right hand corner, Gemini be chilling, and I'm gonna use it. So
Yeah.
that's Gemini.
Yeah.
And then
And-
I remember Perplexity. Is that another?
Yeah, so
football
comment
team, if you
Perplexity.
will?
So a lot of these models, they're better for different things. I think Perplexity was a lot better for the browser at first. I don't know. I haven't tested Google's new. They just integrated into the browser. I haven't tested it, so I don't know. But anyway, AI is no longer just a software tool. Governments are treating advanced models like strategic infrastructure. White House actually banned Anthropic's new model. And this goes to show like that a lot of this stuff is becoming extremely powerful because it's becoming integral to governments. So this is not something that you can ignore like, oh, well, you know, that AI stuff is just something that's happening on the internet. I feel like this is becoming important to businesses around the world because this is becoming standard. Like if you don't have AI, you're not competing.
When we was working with the tech team the other day, and we had to reset the OpenClaw, and I remember we was all going through it, and then the thing that stuck out to me, and you was calling it out, you was telling everybody like what we should be like which one we should be focusing on, but the list of fucking
Providers, yeah.
yeah, like how many? What is it called?
The models, the different models.
That's the word I'm looking for. It was so many models, like to the point to where you gotta go to another page and then like keep scrolling another page.
And each one of these teams, I like how you put that, has a lot of different models. So some are smarter, some are dumber.
Some so smart that the government are banning them is what the topic is.
And then the whole thing they're talking about is they're trying to get Anthropic to not let foreign agencies use this.
Like chill out, bro.
Like don't send that over there.
Yeah, like do you understand what you're doing? Like I don't understand the new model's capability because
man, supposedly, I think we talked about supposedly it was supposed to be so good that it was finding exploits in software that had been existing for 30 years. So imagine the software got created 30 years ago. We thought it was secure. It found just an exploit in it the first day it was live. Like, nah, there's a whole bunch of holes in it. So it was supposed to be that good.
Yeah.
That's how good the new models are supposed to be. So I don't know. And I guess the government, like, why the fuck would you release this to other countries if they can crack shit like this? So that's what they're really mad about them about. So I think that a lot of these new models, just who you go with, AI is going to be a strategic advantage for a lot of businesses moving forward. So you want to get into that. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
SpaceX IPO, private market wealth conservation. So SpaceX just did the IPO, and it's like the biggest IPO, initial public offering, which is the first time that the public can buy shares of a company,
And
right?
you say it's the largest IPO?
Yeah, I believe it's the largest IPO in history. Don't quote me on that, y'all. But if it's not, but I know Elon Musk.
What IPO? What is that?
Initial public offering. So
they saying the offer to get in. So we saying.
So basically, when you have stocks in the company, so for example, you can have like an S corp, you can have a C corp. The corporation can issue stocks before it's actually publicly traded. So our companies, you can have stocks in the companies. We have a cap table. You could buy stocks in the company, but you have to know us.
Yeah, it's not public.
Yeah. So public, you have to go through this whole process where you're taking public. You get an underwriter, and you take your company public. Now anybody can buy some shares.
But it's based on the evaluation that you go through, where they give you
what they initially list you at, I believe.
Okay, so which means when you get in the market, it'll be this much per share, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so
so sounds like to me. So like when you go public, you can't just be like, I want my shares to. It ain't like that.
Yeah, because it's a public thing, so they're trying to get you from scamming. So say, for example, you hop in there and say, my shares are worth $2,000 a share.
My business worth $2 billion.
Yeah.
Low-key,
And so then people buy the shares, and then you just kind of pull the rug from under. It's a whole thing with that. So they have to have some type of scrutiny and evaluation. And publicly traded companies have to go through a lot of scrutiny, because you have to, all your financial reports, everything has to be public. People have to be able to see everything so they can make decisions. So the whole thing about this is it supposedly made Elon Musk a trillionaire, but they said a lot of people made money before it went public. So I think the whole thing to think about with these situations is there's a lot of opportunities out here, but a lot of times, until you get to these higher levels, you might not be able to make a lot off these unless you get in very early. So SpaceX could be one of those things you buy in early right now and you end up making a lot of money, or it could just be a lot of speculative stuff, because if you read through the document, they're talking about a lot of crazy stuff. Stuff that's cool if it happens, right? They're talking about asteroid mining and going to other star systems. It's really crazy. So that's why I believe it got such a high valuation. And it made Elon Musk the first trillionaire. So there you go.
And so the first day sounds like when they went live, people invested into it instantly.
Yeah. So Paramount and Warner type deal. So big entertainment and media companies are still consolidating to survive the streaming war. So attention is the new oil. Whoever controls distribution controls culture, ads, subscriptions, and influence. I feel like you've been talking about this since I first met you, about the importance of having attention and like messing with the social media. But I think that back in the day, the big companies, the movie companies, they had a monopoly on attention. The only way you were seeing a big movie was going to that theater.
Yeah, that was, how else would you, on what device?
Yeah, what you gonna watch it on? You was gonna watch it on the VHS tape, a CD. You was gonna watch it on the DVD. You was gonna watch it on something we put out.
Yeah. Same thing with YouTube. Same thing with the newer ways to get content. It's who's controlling it.
Man, you want to hear something crazy about this too, though?
Yeah.
So that piracy was huge back before Netflix and all that hit. But when Netflix hit, piracy almost dropped to zero because it was cheaper, easier. It was more convenient for people just to pay $10 for Netflix. I don't know if you remember the old Netflix. It used to be a beast, had everything on there.
I am thinking about Redbox.
Redbox was $1, but you still had to go drive to it. But Netflix was streaming. Like, this is the first time we had go pick something, it pulled up on your house.
Right. Have you seen what Omni and the Hellcat did?
Yeah.
So yeah. We'll get, I mean, if it's trending, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Nah. He did something new?
No. He
with the Fire Sticks, right?
When I listen to him talk, he's talking about a lot of things that we do on a daily basis with builds. Like, he worked with building something.
You're talking about like the app side, right?
Yeah, he built the app.
Not the.
He worked.
Hey, watch out for the Mama's House, the Penthouse dude. They.
No. He just built the app that streamed all of the other. Content.
I think the big problem they have with that is, once again, what they're talking about here is that the control of distribution is what we're talking about here.
Yeah, he said he fucked up when he allowed people to save the content to his phone or something like that. I don't know the whole story.
Man, so many copyright laws around that. Somebody is actually getting around. I forgot this company's name, but they actually allow. So it's just a container. So when you download it on your computer or on your TV, you can download third-party things that allows you to stream all the different stuff, right? You shouldn't do that. I'm not advocating that. But the way they got around it, because they're in the App Store, the way they got around it, because they saying, we didn't build that. That's a third-party add-on, right? Yeah. So you taking us out the store, we're not actually advocating that. So that's how they got around it, so people can do like full streaming of like pirated stuff. Not advocating any piracy. I'm just saying that you can do it.
That's what yeah.
So distribution, controlled distribution. And you got something just like this where you can distribute just all your content right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so wage wealth and frustrated middle class. Headlines this week pointing to the tensions between failing stagnant wages and rising asset wealth. People feel broke even when the economy looks strong on paper because wealth is increasingly tied to ownership, stocks, real estate, equity, businesses, and IPs. What do you think about that, just off the top of your head? It says, is working hard still enough, or do people need to own something to move up?
You most definitely, and I didn't catch the full context of the question.
Well, I think...
the quick instant question is ownership.
Yeah, I think that it's more like... It's not... Owning a system, right? So owning a system that can make you money is, I feel like, the new security that you're going to have.
But it's a marriage. You do need to be able to work. So let's not act like you're going to be able to own something without being able to work at the establishment.
I think what it is what you're working on.
Yes. That's why I'm very conscious about what I'm doing. I try to make sure what I'm doing is something I fuck with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, there's still certain positions at Cowboy VVS that I fulfill until I'm able to outsource them fully. Yeah. So you can't get to ownership without working. Like, even understanding that, like, to walk around this bitch acting like, you know, I still do certain things in the business that until I pass that off. You know what I'm saying?
I think the whole thing is technology came in and changed everything. If I'm not mistaken, something like all 12 sectors were improved by AI, but that's on the business side, right? Because it's cutting costs for businesses. I think the problem is, just like all technologies, back in the day when you had the assembly line get created and you had all the people on assembly line, they never saw that those robot arms were coming. So that decimated a lot of the vehicle market, right? I think the same thing is happening in a similar way to AI. And I think that I think the whole thing is, if you own a system, even if you put AI into the system, that doesn't really change anything for the owner of the system. But it's just one of those things, as new technologies emerge, they destroy industries. I think that's what we got to think about.
You can even... like, if you working somewhere else, like, say for instance, you work at Chase, but you got a dream of building your own app, or you want to be an artist. Mm-hmm. You working, you still got to work, but you take that money and then, create your own system. And you can use AI to work at Chase less. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, maybe not Chase Bank. I wouldn't recommend bringing no AI shit into they.
No. I think what you're saying though is like, You're using it as leverage, and that's a good point though. Like, if you're working a regular job, you can still start investing in something that makes you some money. Like when they were doing those faceless YouTube channels, right? Where it's like you're invested in creating some type of system that always makes money, because let's say you lose your job. You're not tripping on having a job, but you lose your job. That little money that you have there can hold you down till you get another job. So I think that working hard enough is not enough. I mean, that's what they're asking.
Sometimes with the recent disconnect with the app for a month, we had to switch our income up for a month to make something happen. Yeah. That's no different. Mm-hmm. You're switching your job as a company. Like right now, I have to tell everybody on the team, hey, this is down. This is what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you keep certain things. You keep, Yeah,
and the truth is, it's hard for people to hear this. The boss of a company is not about to keep paying more money when AI can do the job. So if you want to be as secure as possible, you need to think about doing things like this.
Yes. And instead of frowning upon it,
embrace
it, because the person who does can handle multiple departments for a person and become even more valuable. So the money that you were getting, you can just be the...
And you can use it in creative ways. I mean, we have one of my bot is called Cosmo. He actually helps us do the research and find the most relevant stories of the week. So this is us using this in real time.
Yep.
So, and it's extremely efficient at finding those stories.
Yeah, because think about what we have to do. Even when the team, the intern team is back in here, we don't have to. You don't have to think about that. We know we have something in place that we can hit up in Slack. It understands the whole backstory about Mama's House of Penthouse, all the episodes. He understands everything about Mama's House of Penthouse, so he can instantly give us trending hot topics that came from the same research that we would have had to go do for 2 hours or 3 hours just to compile it. Even compile everything that we just came up with. We already knew that we wanted to do it, and we already knew that we had a way to instantly get the information. So it just makes everything, like, we didn't have to think about that.
Yeah.
We didn't have to think about that, and I do think that from a chopping up content, cut up perspective, this is going to give a little bit more juice to what we have going on here at Mama's House.
And I think it's very unique the way that you try to show that inside the episode. If you catch that, he does that a lot, which is basically saying, like, really what the strategy is doing it. So you get to see us test strategies in real time, just like we tested this segment. So that was your Penthouse Plays of the Week. I actually like that new segment. I think that adds a lot of life to the beginning of the show before we talk about answering questions, because people get to see how we feel about things that are happening in the market right now. What do you think about it?
Oh, yeah, that's what, that's what it is. And he's told you what we're really doing. I told you, we told you, but...
transparency on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's no...
We ain't hiding it. You know what it is. If you watch it, we ain't hiding it.
No, I thought you said it was hot in here. I was like,
No. You had the heat on earlier.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
You can't, if you know anything about Texas,
you can't do that.
Having a heat on in the middle of the summer in a house.
That was crazy. It was
I don't need to say nothing else.
I felt that. It's like it felt like that Vegas blow dryer. That Vegas different.
Yeah. Ooh.
Vegas heat.
Yeah.
Houston was actually hotter than Vegas that weekend.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna be real with y'all. So a couple years ago, we went overseas.
Yeah.
We were in the Sahara Desert, like on the edge of it, like by Morocco and stuff like that. That heat in the at least not in the middle. We wasn't in the middle of the desert, so let me keep that clear. We wasn't like in the middle. Somebody be like, bro, you think when we got back to Houston, I swear.
I'm telling you, I
swear that Sahara Desert felt like a nice vacation compared to that Texas heat.
You saying I was in the Sahara Desert, it don't matter what part of the Sahara Desert, bro.
The top. I
be telling niggas, like, the sun be right there on 610, like you can see it. I feel like that motherfucker right there.
It feel like somebody literally like putting a hot pad on your back or something.
The only thing that I felt that was close or just a little bit down, I was like, damn, this is crazy.
You know what it feel like? You ever turn the oven on and then open it and the heat hit your face from the oven? Yeah. That's what it feel like.
Or if I like, sometimes when it's cold outside, I like to roll the windows down in the car and blast the heat.
Yeah, so
you just feel that heat, but that's what it feel like. Humidity would win.
Now imagine it being hot, and then you do the same thing. That's Texas when it's hot.
Yeah,
and that's how he had it in here.
No wind, just straight, just heat on your neck.
All right. So y'all ready for Mama's House Mail? Yes, sir. This is a classic here. All right. So what we got right now is Marquise from Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out to Kansas City. What mindset shift helped you go from just wanting success to actually building systems for it?
Yeah.
Very simple question today. Yeah. And I think we got some good insights for you.
Yeah.
Marquise.
Marquise, for me, I know situations, what mindset, things be happening in real life, and then it forces me to like become aware. And then with awareness, I can assess. After assessment, I can change my mind. I can make a decision. So this be happening in real time for me sometimes. Like if somebody come in here with some brand new shit and it's like, oh, fuck. And I was thinking about something totally different. I'm going to try to like, I'm like now aware that I'm not even finna hate on it. I'm fucking with that. I don't even gotta tell them I'm fucking with that. I'm just like, I heard that, fuck with that. Yeah. Now I'm aware of that. So now I'm like thinking about that shit like, damn. And now that I'm thinking about it, now I'm like, I'm about to go take some action. So this is to me the cycle that made that ultimately a bunch of shit just keep happening to where you will make a decision to where you're sick and tired of the same result.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I'm trying to tie it back into what he said.
Well, I think
what was the exact word?
So he just wants to know what mindset shifts happened that made you actually start building systems towards your success.
Instead of giving him the mindset shifts, what I just did was I gave the process. We could talk about
Well,
something.
here's the thing. Here's what's unfortunate to me. You know what's unfortunate? That most people, and if you're watching this, most people have to hit some type of rock bottom before they ever make the mindset shift in order to be successful.
Yep.
I can tell you in my case, it's not that I wasn't trying to build a business or I wasn't working hard, but I focused so much on just work that it took me to reach my personal rock bottom. Everybody's going to be different. I had to reach my personal rock bottom before I had the dream. I've talked about it. If you watched our show before, I've talked about my story before, but that ultimately didn't shift me working any harder, but it shifted my mindset to start saying, how do I build something long lasting? And to me, it didn't stop there. We went through a bunch of other tragedies and setbacks and betrayals before we actually got extremely serious about what is going to get the success we want.
The systems.
And I think that's ultimately what you have to understand. I think the first mindset that made me actually want to get into entrepreneurship was just wanting freedom. I think that's the most simple one that everyone talks about. I want to be free. I want to be my own boss. I want to be somebody who doesn't answer to anybody. So I feel like it's the first mindset shift, but I feel like a lot of times for a lot of people, that's the phantom. Yes, you're going to always want that, but the next shift usually comes from just a sense of wanting to have security, right? Mm-hmm. Against all the changing economic circumstances in the world. I think entrepreneurship, or just the skill of entrepreneurship, is one of the best guards you can have. Because you talked about, in just the last segment when you were talking about the app going down, you figured out a way to make another income stream instantly.
Yeah.
That's entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So imagine losing your job. Losing your job, you got to think about maybe if somebody's hiring. But if you have skills like this, you understand that is the true freedom that you're looking for. So once you understand that the most secure thing you can do, it's not that you couldn't find job security, but the most secure thing you can do is have something for yourself. I think that was another mindset shift I had that made me feel like, oh, this is something I want to solve, because the world that my mom grew up in and my grandma grew up in, it's different than the world we're dealing with today. And now with AI on the horizon, this is one of the most important times to be an entrepreneur if you want security.
Yeah, I made a video one day running somewhere in Cheek, and I was just talking about how for people who haven't been able to have the luxury of being out there in business, like some people have had great jobs their whole life.
Yeah.
You've been an athlete your whole life. You've been maybe not your whole life. Some people start off not being a great artist, and they end up like the first 5 years, and they end up, you know what I'm saying? But at some point, you have to own the system. That's why I respect Travis Scott. He created the system to bring artists in, and the label Cactus Jack. That's where you see Don Toliver traveling. And then what you'll see later is Don do the same system, because it's very important to keep the cash flowing and keep the system going without you having to hop up on stage and do everything.
It makes me think of another point with that, though, right? And this is something you talked about earlier when we first met. You just didn't want to be an influencer. You want to understand the system.
I needed to know it. Something was telling me, I don't know, you know, I think it's so important to understand how the engine works. So you're not so caught up in it. You're not so infatuated by pieces in it. You don't get so starstruck.
I mean, looking at outcomes, right? So back in the day, people didn't know what a 360 deal was in the music industry.
Yeah.
But now we do know about those. We know they're not good.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, when you look at it from that standpoint, a lot of that, or people signing those deals, came, and it's not their fault. It's nobody's fault. But a lot of that came from the fact that they didn't understand how the whole mechanism worked.
Yeah.
So I think the whole thing is, what you're talking about is one of the shifts that you had, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, is understanding how the outcomes of a lot of people who didn't understand these systems.
And I'm thinking sideways. I don't know what a 360 deal is.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is,
no, I don't know.
I don't know the exact details, but I know that everybody who talked about ever getting a 360 deal was talking about they got fucked over. What I'm saying is that we know about, like, when the people who got fucked over first, that was the first time they probably pulled them out, and they're like, man, we got a 360 deal, and people was just signing them. Yes. But now later we can look back on all these people's careers like, don't sign it, don't sign it.
I was thinking, when you own, say like if I go look for some partners to help market any creative stuff that I do, I'll take some crazy shit. Probably something that an average artist would even a dumbass artist probably would look at and be like, why the fuck would you take that? I own something. So
you would use it as
leverage, as leverage for something, for this. So like, I'll give a nigga 100% of something because I got something I got something.
Yeah.
I know 100% of commissions on the first one because I know.
That's what affiliate marketers will do a lot of times. They'll be like 90% commission because they know I'm going to put them in such a complex funnel in the back end on email list that I'll make that money back. You can have all that little money.
That's why I wanted to understand how to build the engine more than anything, because I don't know why at a young age. I don't know. I don't like starry-eyed stuff. I don't like we from
starstruck.
Yeah, we from, even as kids we didn't play that. I as a baseball player, I didn't watch the MLB because I used to hate people talking about other players. Like, what you doing? You on the nigga team? Like, why why are you bigging them up?
I think that's hard for me too, like talking down on people, unless I'm joking. Yeah. Right? Because I'm just like, this person really does play in the league though. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Right. High level shit.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point though, as far as just the mindset there, like you're saying, just wanting to understand the engine. So understanding that a lot of people want people to do things for them. You're not wrong for this. There's people who've had great careers and great lives having people understanding all the back end stuff for them. But I think that for security purposes, I think that I just wanted to know, like, what is a cap table? Like, how does an operating agreement work? When you do incorporate, what does incorporation look like? What about issuing stocks and shares? What does it look like to do a contract, like a contract that's binding? Like, what are the ways you could do a contract? I don't know everything, but I do understand some basic stuff about when somebody sends me a contract and they say, I want to do this with you, that I can look at it and say, this don't seem right. And I think that going back to the first thing I talked about with freedom, I wanted freedom of choice. I've always told people, to your point, when I remember we went to Matthew Knowles when we were first working with him at Play Houston. I remember that's when you first met us. And we were walking in there, me and Will was walking in there, and I had just read the book Getting More. Getting More talked about how to negotiate deals. And I sat down, I did a deal matrix like they told me and put like, what do we want, what they probably want, and what's our best outcome, right? And I told Will this, I said, I've realized that as long as you know what you want going into a situation, you can never be fucked over. Yeah. And the whole point is, like you said, if you go into a deal and they say, man, you signed this crazy ass 360 deal, but you already understand. Who is that? I don't know what the rapper was. You know that rapper, he's like, my first deal fucked up. When I signed it was crazy. Like he was
Young Thug. That was Young Thug.
So, but the whole point is what he was saying is kind of what you're saying. It's like, I'll sign a fucked up deal because I know that I'm going to take that deal and use it as a springboard for something else. Yeah. So I think that mentally wanting to get what I would call your true freedom, which is your ability to maneuver from place to place and not be dependent on one thing, is what made me want to start building systems.
Yeah.
the real, like, okay, we're about to go into this situation. When I go into all business deals, I never feel that outsider feeling.
Yeah.
Whereas people are talking over my head and I'm just looking around like, what are they talking about?
Fundamentally, like to your point, one of the things, I can't remember why I started doing this or when I started doing this, but before any meeting, even with a young lady, I always think about exactly what I want. Mm-hmm. So as I'm learning, I can figure out what they want, or because of the amount of data that I have on a situation or anything, I can almost assume what they gonna want. Mm-hmm. So I can start putting that together. You know what I'm saying? And to your point, I'm always going with, I'm almost, because if now that I know what I want, I can strongly decipher language of somebody that doesn't, that's not finna give me what I want.
Yeah. Well, so, win-win.
Yeah.
So me and you do business. It's not about me winning and you losing. It's about we're winning. We're looking for alignment a lot of times. And I think that a lot of times we made deals. Like our first deal was a handshake, like real Texas shit. Real, hey, boom. And we stuck to it. Mm-hmm. Money came in. Nobody ever was like, nah, bro. It was never like that. So I think the whole thing is it's alignment though. It's shared vision. And I think that a lot of times the mindset that holds you back is because I would argue that you don't really know what you want.
That's always fundamentally it. That's why it always gonna boil back down to personal development. Mm-hmm. You got to be personally developed to admit that I don't know what I want, and that's absolutely normal. Because at times I'm not always sure, but I focus on just making a decision.
I'll give you a scenario.
Yep.
It's you, 10 of your friends. Somebody needs to make the decision of where we go.
Yep.
How many people even have the balls to just be like, hey, we're going here? Yep. Because what happens in situations like that is, even though it's small, people might joke about you picked a trash location or whatever, it still takes a certain type of person to be okay with that, to be okay with their decisions.
Yep.
And I've learned in life that I think a lot of people are just not okay with their own decisions, which is why they don't start building systems towards it.
No, because everybody has a God in them, and everybody could be celebrated. A celebrity is a person that's celebrated.
Preaching now.
So I'm just trying to help everybody understand. You got that in you. You don't want it. Yeah. And that wasn't even profound. You looking like, yeah. You talk to people all the time, nigga. They don't want all that fame. They don't want. Even at times, I have to really struggle with, do I want it or do I like, but the quicker you make a decision is the quicker you can get it. If you want it. I want a very specific type. I think at this point I'm very aware with it. I'm okay with everybody being aware with who I am. But I've kind of dealt with the lustful fame from at a small level. Yeah. It's cool, but it is a lot to deal with. I don't necessarily want that. Now, I'll put out energy that attracts it, but I'm not going to scale it that high because I just understand. But look at how I'm talking about it. It's a choice. That's all it is. Do you want to do that or not? You know what I'm saying? That's really all it is.
I think that a lot of times, especially with social media, we're scrolling and looking at other people's outcomes. So you scroll somebody, you see their page, and a bunch of women love them, right? So you just think, I want that outcome. I want all these women that like me, for example.
Yeah.
One, you may not understand what that person has done in order to get that outcome.
Or what you have to do.
Yeah, or what you have to deal with.
Yep.
Because it seems great on the opposite side, and what most people want to do is just be transported to that, like a genie wish, and they'd be probably cool with it.
Yeah.
But when you talk to people who have certain lifestyles, they give you a different picture or a different perspective of it. Prime example, the first time I really met somebody with money, one of the things that really shocked me was something I thought was almost fake, but how family really started turning on them. It was just a shocking thing to witness of random people calling for money when they didn't give them the money, them being mad, a lot of friends and family being fake, every person who talks to them having this kind of shell or this kind of veneer of like not really fucking with them, but you could see they're trying to get something out of them. This is just something they'd have to deal with.
Yep.
And I think that a lot of times if you're just looking for somebody else's outcome, which means you're looking for something surface level, then a lot of times that won't cause you to build systems. And this is a very important point to what you're saying. What mindset shifts happen? I think I had to go through business and have a lot of failures trying to obtain things that I thought I wanted.
Yeah.
Getting those things and saying, damn, I really don't want this.
Yep.
This is not the success I was looking for. This is not freedom to me. And I think a lot of people don't want to go through the stage of doing that. Me and you, we've had people run off with money, products fail, calamities, like catastrophes happen. But ultimately, when we came back from those, we have these conversations like, know what we really want to do is this.
Yeah. And it's not even the end of the world neither. That's all I was about to say. Something bad happens and stuff like that. A lot of times you don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
A sue is like somebody, and I'm not wishing, I don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
But I know you're not finna make me not do no business. Yeah. That's crazy to me. Like, but that's my choice. That's why I do business. And even when we had Uncut, people were suing and, sending letters and all that. Like, I don't want to be on the porn thing. Hey, I'm not putting you on there. This is a public forum, But the same thing is like, but that taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Even when you keep going, people get mad, all types of stuff. But it's no reason to not want to experience.
But even with that, don't you think that you did the porn company, for example, right? You got to a certain level of heightened success. I remember it. And then you realize, yes, you got this fame, success, and all this, but there's actually something else you want.
Yes.
It's like, but you had to do that to realize there's something else you want.
To even understand, I think a lot of that plays into why I don't chase the fame, why I'm okay with, why I chase the knowledge of building if anything, if I'm chasing anything, I'm going to chase how to build the fame. So that way we're not all caught up in it, and the crash and burn not so personal now. We were building the whole time products. We were building other companies the whole time with this data. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a big thing too. Freedom for me is being able to express and do the things I want in the world. I think that's true freedom for me. So the shift that I had was obtaining these different things. When it comes to, say, being around women and having beautiful women, that's been obtained, right? We worked in nightlife for 10 plus years in Houston. So if you know anything about Houston's nightlife, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
When you talk about even having like nice houses and being in nice cars, I've driven Lamborghinis, I've driven all that type of stuff. Wasn't mine. Don't want anybody to run back the tape and be like, but I've been in the cars and drove them around. My brother
don't
used
mean
to have
that I'm not about to go buy one.
I'm not. What the point I'm getting at is this. I don't think it's nothing wrong with getting any of this stuff as long as you're getting it for your reason.
As long as you know what you want, to your point.
And I think that a lot of times people want the car because they want the praise they think they're going to get from the car. And if you drive around the Lambo, you will get some attention.
Yes, but there's a fundamental way to create a process that gets you the amount of attention that a Lambo could.
Some people are car people.
Yeah.
I came to the realization that, you know what I want more than a car? I want a jet. And I'm not talking about like a G. I want to fly a jet myself. They got this jet. I think it's called the Sirius 3 Vision jet. It's like a nice little jet, 7-passenger jet. You can look this up. I don't want that because I want to stunt for some hoes. I don't want none of that. I really just want the jet. I want to fly this. I watched a video of a pilot going to the airport, taking off. Just after he walked to the airport himself, took off, flew to where he wanted, dropped back down. I thought that would be an amazing experience to have. I'm already studying for the pilot's license and everything. But to build the system, I had to really assess, what do I really want out of that experience? Do I want the experience of showing people, hey, look at this, I got a jet or a pilot, or do I want the experience of actually being able to move freely around the world? That's the only thing that I understand at this point in life that's going to make me really move towards it. Some people, they'll move towards things because they're motivated by different things than you. There are some people, by getting a lot of women, it is enough to motivate them to move towards wealth and riches, and they will get there based on that.
Yep.
You may not be motivated by that. And I think the only way to know that is if you say, I want to make some money, then you need to find a way to make some money. So you can see, do you really want just the money, or is it something that the money provides?
Right.
If you want to get women, you need to find a way to get around women then. So you can understand, is this what I really wanted, or was it something else that I really wanted? And I think that that's the only thing that has made me have mindset shifts. It wasn't me sitting back in a room reading all the books I've read and saying, you know what? Now I know exactly what I want.
Nah.
And I think that's ultimately what the hardest part about all the business and entrepreneurship is, that nobody wants to tell people. You have to get in the field to know what you really want.
Yeah. What was the question again?
So the question was, what mindset shift helps you go from just wanting success to actually building systems for it?
Yeah, getting in the field and getting that real time data. Like little small shit grinds my gears. What really grinds your gears?
I mean, it could be. Oh, go ahead.
It's a little smaller shit though. It's like the little small shit that really, like small shit, very annoying things make me want to go back to the lab and create stuff to remove them. Like talking to a client on a call and they say something like they say anything very small, like whatever. It don't matter what it is. It's like, I don't like that, you know. Or how people talk to you when you don't really got it. People should be able to relate to that. Like how people treat you when they feel like you're not valuable. You don't know that feeling, like that tone, how niggas handle you, like when they feel like you ain't got nothing to bring to the table. Yeah, this like that nigga here. You know, like that don't bother you. You know, that don't get under your, like, it be the littlest shit. Like the lack of respect in certain areas from certain people that probably once had it at a point. Yeah. You know, it's like,
I mean, that's a good example of what I'm speaking of, right? So one of the most powerful things for a lot of people is negative motivation, right? Yeah. Get your ass up, do this, why you bullshitting, right? But I realized at a certain point that negative motivation doesn't really work on me, because for me, getting up and doing what I need to do has never been an issue. There was only one time in my life, and even at the time of my life where I wasn't used to it, I put a sign-in sheet on the board and made myself sign in every day and sign out. So to me, if I say I'm gonna do it, I'll do it, right? To me, it was always my thinking that was the problem. It's like, I'll work a long time, or I'll work very difficult problems, but I won't think about the problems the right way to actually build some type of momentum or success. Mm-hmm. And it's like, somebody say, you need to get your ass up. I'm up at 4 o'clock. I'm up at 3 o'clock. Mm-hmm. I'll stay up 18 hours. I'll work every day. I'll skip weekends. I'll skip birthdays. I'll do all that.
If I'm thinking, if I'm not assessing if I'm not, whatever.
Well, what I'm getting at is there's a book, it's a very small book called Managing Oneself. And I think that the hardest part about business, that we want something very general. Like if you say this one thing is gonna work. But what I'm saying is you have to distill what motivation works. I can't say that negative motivation doesn't work, right? I can't even say that I haven't utilized it before. What I am saying though is, if you get up out of bed and people saying, bro, I think that business shit you started is bullshit, bro. You really ain't doing shit over there. And that really piss you off, and that gets you to make $100 million, I'm gonna tell you to go ahead and go with it, right? But what I am saying is, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you may go into a space, see all this content, people talking about what motivate them, and none of it motivates you. You don't want to do it for none of those reasons. Mm-hmm. And then you get feeling like, well, I'm not really tripping on that. I'm not really focused on that. I think what I'm trying to illustrate is that you found your reasons that motivate you, and you leverage those reasons in order to make you build systems. The whole point is you're doing this psychological warfare against yourself. You're saying to yourself, Prinston, you're not saying Prinston, I'm saying Prinston, but I'm looking in the mirror, I'm saying Prinston. What do you actually want to accomplish? And what makes you feel motivated? You need to put yourself in spaces where that type of stuff is gonna constantly reaffirm itself to you. Mm-hmm. Me building things and seeing something come from nothing and the ultimate end result of it, it's nothing that makes me happier.
Right.
So when we started this, when we was first on the north side, working on little fitness books and stuff like that, to where it is now, we got full companies, apps in the app store. To me, this is only probably like 10 to 15% on the way of where we're going.
Exactly.
But that end result that I've put in my head, that long-term vision, it don't matter what happened. It don't matter what hardships happen. That is the mindset that helps me reach for success. And all the other things, while great, while I do want those things, while I'm not sitting here saying I'm better than somebody who's motivated by different things, I know that's what's going to keep me in the game. Mm-hmm. And I think that I always tell people, never take your motivations for granted and look at somebody's motivation like it's better motivations than yours. Mm-hmm. But I think you have to understand this stuff in order to stay in the game.
No, you got to. It ain't no way. It ain't no goddamn way.
That water hitting.
Man, I wanted to go get me some, but.
How about you? Oh, you already.
Yeah, I've already cleared it. I'm gonna wait till we almost done. The thing, Maurice. Marquise. Yeah.
Kansas City, Missouri. Not Mo City.
Not Mo City. Maurice. The main Marquise. I'm thinking my partner Mo. The main thing is field work. I think that's the thing that's gonna allow you to get in a space where your mind can change. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I can think of is like because you don't really know what you want. Even the young lady that I was just dealing with recently, like I got a lot of respect because she has had a lot of data, in the real world. So she has to go get that. I don't know where I'm gonna be when
Yeah.
I can't. I'm gone.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. But if I truly understand that the field is the only place that you can get data from. Yeah. So that's why I'll never. The field is where you need to go.
Yeah.
The field is where you need to go. I understand I'm gonna have a daughter, and all of that. Who you talking to? Ass shit is dead. It's easy to say now. I understand that, but I understand that the field is where she's gonna need to go, bro.
Yeah. Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not, bro. It's like I can paint a picture of that field all day, and I am gonna raise and guide up to a certain point. I understand all the phases. Like I'm gonna be my people's friend, my son's friend at a certain point. I'm gonna be his teacher at a certain point, and I'm gonna let him go, cause it's all you can do. It's all you can do. Half the shit we was probably teaching. It's gonna be fundamental stuff. So you got to get in the field. Fundamentals are what a good sensei will teach you.
Yes,
because he understands that. The cleats changed, the turf changed, the ball changed, the game clock changed. We don't talk about stuff like that. We just get into the fundamentals, and the only thing you can do is no other way around this shit. If it's no other way, like if you talking to a young lady and she don't really know what she wants, the only way to get through that is go in the field. It's the only way, dude, for your business. If you want to get to another level, if you stuck at a certain point, whatever it is that you nervous about, whatever it is that you don't really take no action on, whatever it is that you just chilling on, that is what to get in the field about. It's so cool to keep going in this game because you get good at it. You know what I'm saying? You start to realize what to focus on. You start to and you really start to make progress. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good space to be in because your first 5, 6, 7 years, bro, you're not really gonna make no progress because you're going to avoid the field. Hopefully you're around people that really about that shit because that's why gangsters don't really fuck with people that's not gangsters because ain't nothing like being around a nigga that be talking that high shit. And then when it's field time, I'm talking about like, I know some people that, I'm like a crazy nigga. I'm not a gangster, never been. But if I was a gangster, I would be equivalent to a nigga who wants to do no talking. I'm looking for the beef. As a matter of fact, soon as it gets hot, I'm right there, front line on the beef. I'm not talking about fighting anybody. I'm not doing anything. I'm I want to be in the field because I understand as a fighter, I understand as a person that's actually building the business. It's the only place I'm gonna understand how to get my shoulders loose. I'm gonna understand like how I duck and how I weave and like how I get back. It's the field. It's the field. The only place that's gonna get you better is the field, bro. It ain't no way around it. And it's scary out there. Yeah, you're gonna get your wind knocked out of you. All of that is out there. But nobody give a fuck about you like that anyway, nigga. You got knocked out. I like how Adrian Bronner back out there. Well, don't nobody give a fuck. Not real niggas. Not a real nigga. Don't nobody give a fuck. I think it's so live that a person can fight and still put out content. Cause half you punk ass niggas would never. Yeah, nigga never. You wouldn't make the decision to fight. And you for sure wouldn't get your bitch ass back up and make some content. I don't believe you would.
And I think directly to his question about what mindset, I think it was more just understanding that what I wanted and that what I was doing today was not going to get me there. I knew that like just going to a job wasn't going to get me to where I wanted to go. Yep. But another person, it may get them to where they want to go. Everybody's not seeking the same thing in this life. Everybody's not looking for the same thing in this life. And I think that when I talk to people more and more as I get older, I realize that people are not looking for the same things that I'm looking for. So it's crazy to sit here and try to talk to everybody as if they want to be an entrepreneur. Yep. One of the things I've understood, and it's powerful what you were just saying about even how you talked about how you would raise your kids, right? There's a picture, an objective. And I'm talking to you because you're an entrepreneur. You want to get into the entrepreneur space. The map that we have to use to navigate this is completely different. What it is, it's like you have some special ability that you have to uncover. And there's a lot of trials you have to go through to uncover this. Like a great example is, or any other great stories, because it goes off the hero's journey, right? The hero has this whole thing. If you know about the hero of 1,000 faces, they talk about the monomyth and the hero's journey. The hero's journey, part of it is the call to adventure. So you have to answer the call to adventure. What you're talking about, being willing to get in the field, that's the call to adventure. Yep. If you ignore the call too many times, you know what happens?
You don't get it.
Stops happening.
Yep.
So after the call to adventure, you usually go out there, you meet the mentor. The mentor could be somebody on podcasts nowadays, somebody on YouTube, somebody actually in the field with you, but that happens. But fast forwarding in the story, there's a period where they go through what's called the atonement and the apotheosis, where they get that information and they bring it back.
Yep.
They get the boon, as they call it, they bring it back, right? Once you bring it back, that's when you become the hero. It's because you went and extracted something and you brought it back. What we're talking about, the mindset shift, is to understand that you have to go out there into the journey and extract something to actually know what you want. Yeah. As soon as you have that, building a system towards what you want will become easy. It will be who you are. I don't wake up. Like motivation to me at this point, I don't wake up and have to be, I got to motivate myself to get into business. It's like, it's just who I am. Yeah. I'm building my vision, my life towards this.
And it's who you are because of how many times you went to battle.
And I'm saying, I don't think of it like when people be like, man, how do you stay motivated? It's a very difficult question to answer. In the early stages, I stayed motivated like most people. Yeah. I used to watch content on YouTube, motivational videos with all the top speakers, Les Brown, Anthony Robbins saying stuff, listen to some Gary V or something like that. Yeah, you got to hustle, you got to grind. And it worked. But then after a while, I got in the field, I realized what I needed was my identity to shift. In like hypnosis or neuro-linguistic programming, they talk about the deepest level you can have a change is identity level change. Yep. I started seeing myself as this person that I'm moving towards in the future. So when I wake up every day, I don't need to watch any motivation. This is just what I'm doing.
I wake up.
What else would I be doing?
Go to the field. I like the field because it's real-time data. If I go to YouTube, a nigga, I know what YouTube is. Like, nigga had to edit. Nigga had to, you know what I mean? Nigga might have shot that whole 2 months ago, just uploaded it, though. You think it's fresh. You know.
Fresh to you?
Fresh to you, fresh to you know. But
these new episodes been fresh though.
they've been fresh. We keeping the fresh content, but I just kind of understand how that shit goes. So ain't nothing like logging in today, nigga. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing like. That's why I told this girl I don't do long distance relationships. Nah. Cause I'm gonna fly you out every weekend. Yeah. And or you gonna come live out here, or we finna go somewhere else. Because I don't spend time on phones. I don't do none of that. All I do, I'm action based. If I'm talking to you, I've already thought about exactly what I'm trying to do. Whether it's dinner, whether I got the whole day mapped out. So I want to go in the field. If all I can do is talk to you, never. I can never do that. I am an action-based nigga. I need to even figure out if I like you. I need to figure out all of these things. And I'm not trying to wait till tomorrow. I'm not trying to wait till none of that. I want to take action today. Fuck that. Like, let's do something right now. Yeah. You feel me? Let's go right now. Let's just do it. Fuck it.
I think that's the shift, though. Understanding that.
I just been in the field so many times.
That is the only thing that creates actual movement. I was talking about this the other day. One of my favorite parts of the Bible is by their fruits you will know them, right?
Yeah.
You know that somebody's doing something because of the fruits. You know a pear tree because it's a pear tree. You know it's an apple tree because it's an apple tree. By the fruit you will know them, right? Yeah. And I understand that when I looked at everybody talking to me, when I looked at my own results, I didn't see the fruits I wanted.
Yeah.
So if I know what fruit I'm trying to get, if I know I'm trying to grow an apple tree, what do I go get? Apple seeds. Yeah. So I think the whole thing of what you're talking about, the field, is just the understanding that this is not getting it. When you write into a show and you ask a question about, what mindset shift was it that made you get there? You're looking for the mindset shift. You're looking for, let me extract what they said and then let me try to apply it. I'm telling you, you have to play a bigger game here. Understand what you're really looking for first is what is your motivation. Mm-hmm. And when you look for motivation, there's only one way to do it. This is what takes the courage. This is what takes heart. Just getting in the field without knowing specifically.
I always tell people when they come to the gym, when we get there, I be like, all right, bet 80% of the shit is done. Mm-hmm. The hardest shit that you ever was going to have to do is done. So like anytime I get outside to go work out, I always feel I beat 80% of it, bro, because it don't even matter what you do. You go out there and go do some goofy goober shit, nigga. If you do the goofy goober shit consistently, nigga, you gonna be good.
Great example.
Yeah.
We started 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Doing the daily masterminds.
Yeah.
Right? When we first did them, they was really just us getting on the phone. So what you did today? I did this.
Yeah.
I did this. And then they started evolving to where we did the Power 5, where you come in, you have to show you the 5 different aspects of your business, what you're doing, what you're developing in those.
Read the mission statement.
All that. You had to go through that. Then it developed to okay, that's obvious you're going to do this. And I want to show you what happened. The reason it evolved wasn't because we got lazy. It's because it was so mundane to think about some things we weren't doing that it was redundant to talk about it. Do you think I'm going to build a business without an organizational chart at this point? It's not even I'm trying to motivate myself to build an organizational chart. It's just the way it's built. And it's in alignment with my overall goal, the fruits I want to actually bear from the journey. Yeah. So by understanding and going to the field and getting my true purpose, what I truly give a fuck, it took me forever to realize I don't give a fuck about most shit.
Yeah, most shit, yeah.
It took me forever to realize I really do not give a fuck about most shit.
Yeah.
Like, people be talking to me now about certain shit, and because, we on social media, you don't want to be controversial and say some shit, and people misinterpret what you mean you don't give a fuck about some shit. I don't want anybody to be harmed. I don't wish anybody to be oppressed or anything like that. But in reality, most shit you don't give a fuck about. Yeah, you can sit here in front of other people and act like you do. You do not give a fuck about it. Yeah. And the less I start giving a fuck about that shit, the more I start realizing, what I really want is this. And nothing I want is tied to hurting other people or fucking over other people. It's really tied to what I want to help people create in this world and what I want to experience for myself. And once you have those things distilled down to this is my reason. This is my reason. This is what I'm saying, my reason. then it's easy for you to build day in and day out because nothing else. It's like let's say we go. Think about it like this. You literally
just want fame.
Okay, and it's fine.
Man.
The point I'm making is this: if me and you about to go to the dealership, oh no, let's go back further. Me and you about to start working to get a car.
Yeah.
Right. In the back of my mind, let's say I want a Rolls Royce, and you want a Lambo, but then I walk in and I say, man, what you think we should get? You say, man, let's get the Lambos. Part of me is not gonna work as hard.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want that.
Yeah.
So now building a system, I'm gonna be a little agitated. I don't know if I really want to build a system. I want to get up because you don't really want that.
Yeah.
The second you go to the field long enough to figure out what you really want, I promise these type of questions won't even happen anymore because it's not a specific mindset. It's not like I'm gonna tell you something on a podcast or somebody's gonna tell you something, then you're gonna insert it into your mind. When you're already traveling, yes, people can give you small course corrections and adjustments. But I've said this before, and I've said this on the podcast before. Most of what that is people are looking for permission to do the thing they already want to do.
Right.
I'm saying give yourself the permission to do it.
You don't need
You don't need us.
Yeah.
You don't need nobody on the internet to just say, do it. And once I realized I didn't need anybody to give me validation or permission to do things, I just started doing things.
Yeah.
And that was the mindset shift.
And
I didn't need no permission from anybody.
Yeah.
To do things. Any permission from anybody.
The quicker you get there, bro, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be able to make decisions quick, fast, and then you're gonna be able to while niggas chilling, while niggas like whatever they doing, they just waiting to make the decision to next Thursday for whatever reason. You done already failed 6 times before a nigga done tried once. Who gonna win?
And then you're gonna be sitting in a place just like this, and somebody gonna be asking you what mindset shifts that you have in order to get to this point. I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying I was doing the same thing. I was scouring the internet looking for some type of magic key that they were gonna say that was gonna make me be like, oh, okay, I just need to have that mindset shift.
And I'm not better. I'm not better than nobody. I just have I'm personally developing myself on a daily basis, man. That's why I don't like listening to people on like YouTube and stuff and all of that, because I'm looking for what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to learn about Facebook ads, so I'm going to the video. I'm skipping past that introduction. I got that from you. You know, go to like 3 real quick. Like, fuck all that. Like, we know what he finna do.
I mean, you get on there. I mean, some stuff is kind of like, I'm about to show you how to set up a Facebook ad.
Man,
now,
did it out
let
here.
me tell you the backstory. When I first started doing Facebook, it's like, there's not this type of video.
None of that right now, bro. Like, right now, I've been in the field with you a lot. We don't have much time in the field. You don't have time to do that. You got no time to watch this fool. We in the field.
There's this different set of people, I think. And I've only learned this because I feel like in the last couple of years, I've crossed the field, right? There's this set of people in the world where things have to be spoon-fed to them.
Absolutely.
So think about it like, you know, back in the day when a kid is young, you got to do the, hey, here's the plane. Here's the plane. You don't want to eat your food. I got my little niece. You don't want to eat your food. You don't want to eat your food. Come over here. What if I did this? What if I gave you this, right? That's mostly what happens to people. When we get to the back end of the podcast, I'm trying to talk to you like a fucking adult.
Yeah.
It doesn't take all of that.
Nah.
All you have to do is understand, hey, this is what I want, and I start building up to it. What happens a lot of times is that's how people want it. They want to be spoon-fed. No. Everybody.
This is exactly how you do a custom jewelry company from start to finish.
No. Right. Everybody has struggles, and everybody, you just gotta figure yourself out. It's like, I'm telling you, you want to get very practical. Go to the field, take some L's. It will teach you quicker than anything what you really want. Because here's the thing. If you want to get cars, because you see people get cars, because you may really want cars. I like cars.
I like cars. I want some cars.
But if you go to the field enough times and you fail doing something difficult, part of you going to be like, I don't want to do this for cars. That's why I think most people quit.
Yeah,
because they don't
even if you want them cars.
No. if the cards are a strong enough motivator, you'll push through.
Yeah, you won't quit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you won't quit.
So if the
We talking
ultimate
to a
goal,
nigga who says he want them cars,
and he don't really want them,
and then he quit halfway through.
we talking to somebody say, I want the women, I want the bitches, bro.
Yeah. No, you don't.
And then,
No, you don't, nigga.
and then,
Trust me.
they go out there to do everything and all this type of stuff.
They don't even go outside.
They go talk to one girl. All of a sudden, he like, these are all these hoes trash. He on the back of the internet talking down everybody. That's just what it is. You don't really want that.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because if you go in the field enough, you're going to understand what you actually want. The goal shouldn't be to look for this one mindset. The goal should be like, the end goal is for me to be this type of person. What will motivate me to get there? I need to go in the field and say, let do this. If you think it's women, go out there and try to get the women and see if you care enough to try to do some hard ass business shit, which you don't even have to do,
Right.
to get women. If you want a nice car or cars, right? Just see, do you really go test drive the car and say, do I really want to bust my ass the next 2-3 years of my life just to have these? Because it's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. The point I'm saying is, a lot of that stuff is more of a byproduct to me, not to you necessarily. Not to you necessarily. Mm-hmm. And if you find the thing that actually motivates you, then you're going to automatically build systems. You'll be inspired to build systems. And I think that's the whole thing. We have to find what our desire is, not what somebody else's desire is. And I think that's what holds us back. That's what has capped us for so long, because we want to be spoon-fed. We want somebody to get up every morning and tell you, like that shit that you reposted, right? Don't nobody got to tell nobody to get up.
Yeah.
Instantly, nigga.
People love. That's why YouTube performs so well, because it's a bunch of how-to videos and stuff.
But that's what I'm saying.
You want it spoon-fed.
It's two people. Do you want to be on the side where people are babying you and not telling you the truth? Or do you want to be on the side that actually gets shit done?
Come on, because it's two type of people. I think of a nigga who making YouTube videos and a nigga who watching them.
Going back to what you said.
Yep.
And this gets down to the truth of it. Mm-hmm. You didn't want to be somebody who they said, no, don't worry about the way the ads work. Don't worry about the way the business systems work. You just go out there and do that, right? Yeah. You want to be a person saying, oh, okay. You can tell me that shit ain't going to perform, bro. Yeah. I get it. We're going to change the offer.
Yeah.
We're going to change the ad up.
Yeah.
Okay, these financial structures don't work. Where's the operating agreement? Okay, so this is what we're actually going to get. This is what you're actually willing to pay me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that because I'm going to do this other thing over there.
Yeah.
See,
I understand it at a high level.
Because so many people, I don't want to worry about that shit, you just leave yourself exposed to it. So what I'm saying is, let's look at which person we want to be. I'm always looking to be a person who things don't have to be spoon-fed to me, because I'm looking at the reality. But the truth is, when you get in the field won't spoon-feed anything to you. It's just not the way it works. It's the nature of reality.
Yeah.
You get in there, it's going to tell you no, or it's going to tell you yes, and then you adjust, and then it'll tell you yes eventually. Yeah,
you're gonna get some knowledge and everything. Spoon-fed is like, you got unique ass problems to me, like right now, and then like you expecting the exact answer. Like you getting to this point where you want to know like the exact mindset that like, or what's the exact. It's just who you becoming. I hear it all the time, and you hear all that shit, and it sounds corny, man. But you're in your ass up on some sort of forum or some platform talking like this one day too. If not, at least to your people around you. It all makes. It ain't but a few ways to skin a cat, man. And if you gonna do it, you got to do it the right way. Like every other thing in the world. If you're going to build a glass like this, it ain't but a few ways to get it done. If you're doing custom jewelry, it ain't but a few ways to get that done. If you're doing a podcast, it ain't but a few ways to get it done. It's just skin the cat, man. That's all I'm saying.
And be one of the people who actually not getting spoon-fed this shit.
Yeah.
What we try to do here is challenge ourselves to give you a little bit of a different answer than what you probably would hear, right? I could easily say, the mind says that changed mine is understanding that I wanted more out of life. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be as like, of course, those mindsets, but I'm thinking about what actually made me build the system. What actually made me sit down and say, this is the system I'm going to build. What actually made me do it.
What changed? Yeah.
And I realized we used to talk about that at the house. We had a roommate. They talk about everything I do is for women, right? I'm saying that's a beautiful thing, right? But for me, I wouldn't say everything I did, right? Portion of it.
Yeah.
But not everything. And I just had to accept that. Like, I have some vision I want to build and create on the earth. I have this big vision of what I want to provide service for the world. That's what motivates me. I'm not ashamed to say it. If somebody says, oh, he this, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Because it's not what motivates you, it's what motivates me. And that's the thing that's going to make me get up out the bed. Me giving a fuck about your dream will not make me get up out the bed. And I think that's ultimately why most people suffer, is because they're waking up looking for somebody else's mindset, somebody else's dream, somebody else's way of operating. Then usually you got to try on all these different ways of thinking. Yep. Try on all these different beliefs to understand.
That's why it's going to take you time.
Yeah. Everybody you see that's successful and they're talking so assertively about their way of thinking, all they have done is found their mode of operation that gets them to do the things they need to do. And I'm telling you, your real objective is not to worry about what mindset we had. We're trying to tell you we went to the field to figure out exactly what motivated us. And that was the true mindset shift, is that we have to go into the field and figure out what we want. And then the system making will become, it's my life.
It'll give you what you need.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to go work a job. Like, this will be in the back of my mind all the time. I would just quit the job after a couple of days because I'm like, nah, I want to build this.
Right.
That's the motivation I have.
I work at my companies right now. That's as much as I can.
Get on some sales calls.
Yeah.
How about that?
Go do something. Go do some graphic work.
Yeah.
Get paid.
With that being said, you got any final thoughts for him today?
Field work. That's all I got.
Common theme.
Field work. Go get in the field.
Field
Don't
work.
do nothing else but get in the field. That's the only thing that's the only thing I have for you today. Go get your ass in the field. Assiduity. How much can you sit down and do it? But that's all I got. Field work. That's me. Field work.
I go back to what I said. Don't be one of these people who wants to be spoon-fed things. Be one of these people who actually wants to see behind the curtains and what it actually takes for you to be perpetual with this, for you to be continuous with this, for you to be somebody who doesn't need to keep going back to get motivation. You're just pulling motivation from an infinite well. And in order to do that, you have to really start dissecting yourself. You have to really be serious with yourself to discover what are the things that move you, what motivate you. And you need to do this. You need to do this in a vacuum, which means you don't need to take stuff from other people. You need to really go to a period where you find out what specifically motivates you. One of my good friends, he raps, he talks about when they make albums, a lot of times they won't listen to other rappers because they don't want to start sounding like other people. The same thing applies to when you're looking for what your ultimate motivation is. You don't need to be looking at other people's stuff because you have the tendency to get polluted by their way of thinking. There's nothing wrong with these people. They're not giving you bad advice, but I'm saying the epiphany I had was that what I'm actually looking for is what is my trigger, what is my motivation, and then I'll stay in the game forever. You want to tell me where to find you?
Cowboy, Country Cowboy, 2 Y's, countrycowboy.com.
VVS is back.
Yes, sir. The VVS app is back in attack. Go download that. The webinars, Monday through Friday, 8.
We got to get an Android store. Huh?
Yeah, we do. We're going to get it, though. I'm thinking about every dollar I'm making right now, I'm putting it right back into the app. That's what I'm doing. I'm just paying whatever the IT team needs at this point. They like, man, I need a house to do this shit at. I'm going to go get the house, man. Probably not, but I'll buy the house. I'll live in the house. We can live over there for a second.
Yeah, we did that before.
Yeah, I ain't interested in that, but I would do it for the app and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not asking nobody to come live in the house. Only people, matter of fact, the only people that can live in the house is people that are working on the app. That's the only.
Who you giving the master bed?
Like Matesh or something. I'm not living there. You know what I'm saying? I'm
You know why I said I ain't gonna.
yeah, right. I'm paying the rent there for everybody to work, so they don't got to worry about nobody fucking them over, doing no wild shit. So I'll pay the rent, long as we getting. Yeah, we need 2 to 3 debugs. This is minimum too, and we're gonna do this without a house, but we doing 2 to 3 debugs a day.
Yeah.
And then 1 feature addition a week. So we should have 4 new features every week. That don't mean we're going to add 4 features, but I'm just saying we got a window for 4 features. But yeah, Cowboy VVS.com too as well, and Cowboy VVS, Cowboy with 2 Y's. On all social media platforms, you can check us out. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do. Put an order in, download the app. Cowboy Express is the app. And we're doing webinars to get your order started, okay? So that means just come to the webinar and get your order started right there. Yeah, we're going to help you put it in. No Diddy in the app. We're going to put the order in the app, goddammit. And get you started from there, get you the ballpark price, get you everything. So that's what we are with it. Yes, sir.
Prinston Hicks on everything, PRINSTONHICKS. Somebody asked me why I always spell it out, because it's not spelled like the school.
Yeah.
But yeah, Prince Hicks on everything, and you can find me there talking about entrepreneurship, business, stuff like that. But more importantly, we got the 24-hour empire right now, which is showing people how to fully automate their business. And we walk you through the entire process of how to do everything from like AI agents to setting up your funnels extremely quick. I'm not talking about weeks. We're talking about getting you set up in hours or bare minimum days, depending on how diligent you are.
Yeah.
You know, you make these claims, you can get set up in 24 hours. You can get set up in 24 hours, but most people won't, because they just not going to sit there and spend the 3 to 4 hours to get set up in those 24 hours. Right. But anyway, we talk about all that. We walk you through. We have live sessions every Tuesday. So I will literally be on there. You can ask me questions at the end about your business or specific things you're concerned about your business and how to get it set up and how to get it running. Or if you can't wait, you can comment Empire on any post on my page or any post on the business page, the Cineverse. And it's going to give you an invite to the 24-hour Empire, where you can watch the live replay from each week where I go over everything. And it's just as good as being there. You'll see the chat on the side of when people were in there and stuff like that. But go to that right now and get started. And besides that, you need a website, you need an app developed, all that. We're the ones for the job. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
I came up from nothing, started from the I see it with a clear eye. So I hustle.
Mama's house to penthouse. Yeah, yeah.